What's going on, guys? So in this one, I'm going to be taking a look at the Hailstorm Catapult. Now, this is another one of the vehicles that does not show up in the show, but there are a catapult or two that actually do show up in the show, but they're just like regular ones. And here's a picture of one, and it's just during a battle between Kells and Temra, and Angus actually destroys it with his mace. But all right, let's get into this. So I'm going to take a look at the box and the instructions before looking at anything else with this one, just like I did with the Ram's Bone battering ram. And the reason behind that, like I mentioned in the other video, is that in all the other figures or whatever that can Mystic Knight can ride, the instructions will show, here's what it is. Here is the figure that it comes with, but you can also purchase a different figure, kind of like any of those ones over there, that is compatible with it. But with these ones, it's on the box instead of the instructions. So let's start with the box. There's some awesome artwork on there. And see, it's kind of funny. It shows Ivar on there, but it comes with Angus. Now, here is the instructions. So as you can see, it doesn't show where like the figure goes or that you can get an extra figure. It just kind of shows how everything works. Nothing on the back. And like I said, all it says is includes a 5-inch Mystic Knight figure. But it does mention, Ivar figures sold separately. But all right, let's get into the figure itself. So here's everything that the Hailstorm Catapult comes with. Now I actually have 3 of these. I have 2 still sealed in the box, and then this one. I mean, I did have the box at one point, but lost it long time ago. But here's everything it comes with. So you've got the vehicle part, you've got the catapult, you've got Angus, 2 boulders, this, I guess you could just say missile or arrow holder, and then you've got 7 of these missile arrow bolt things. Now first I want to take a look at Angus. Now this one is odd, just because the way that it's positioned. Now, like most of them, it's just got the basic colors. I mean, the legs are kind of like bendy. Head doesn't move. The arms move. And he does have his hands, positioned to be able to like hold on to something. But I don't know why. Because, I mean, you'll see later in the video. Now, like I said, you got your boulders and all this. So I want to take a look at the vehicle part. So like all these, you've got your, medieval kind of, aesthetic. So there you go. You've got kind of, the wood, the wooden wheels. Some kind of cloth for the seat. Wood, and then you got a little bit of, kind of royal flair on it, for the Mystic Knights. Then with these, what you have is you got these little buttons right here. And it opens these up, and they call them Screaming Sickles. Then they just clip back in. And there's the button. You just kind of press that down, and they just pop out. Now here's the catapult. Again, you got more of the, the wood with a little bit of kind of, metal, whatever wrapped around it. You've got stuff that looks like ropes. You got your basket. I like this part. I like that detail. So you got your basket with, obviously it's supposed to be some kind of cloth or netting. And then the metal's like wrapped around the wood. And then it's like fastened by these ropes. That's just so cool. I like the detail that they tried to put into there. And then right here, you just turn it, and that's how you flick the catapult and throw the boulders. So there's the wheels. Now this does clip into there just to kind of keep it in place. And this does spin around, so you can even clip it in like that too. Now this holds 3 of these. And it goes right here. Just like that. Now these actually connect together. So what you do is you just kind of clip it in. And then it can roll around. And then what you do is you take these and they go into here. And then Angus will just sit right here. And so that's what I was saying, like, this is weird. Because his hands are positioned like he's supposed to be hanging on to something, but there's nothing to hang on to. And it's weird that they put that detail, because if you look closely, they even have, like, the center part of his armor shaped like it's bending against the seat. So I'm like, why do they have this? I don't know. Maybe you can just, maybe they're expecting you just to add some sort of weapon or whatever you want on it. I was just like, okay, that's weird. Because normally with these, they only have the hand shaped to whatever function this thing's supposed to do. So then, yep, just rolls around. And then you just, to fire these, you just push on them. And then when you're empty, you just grab another one. And I dropped it. Reload, and then keep going. Now, to take this part off, I'm just gonna move all these out of the way. You're just gonna push this forward, and that releases that. Because I guess it's supposed to just be, this is supposed to travel along. And there's that. So I guess it's just supposed to kind of travel, and then you just unhook it. So it's kind of got the catapult wherever you want to position it. Then what you do is you take one of the boulders, stick it in there, and you throw it. See if I can do this again. So you put one on there. You flick the boulder. And then, you know, with these, you got your screaming sickles. One thing about this one that I find, to me, is just kind of weird, is if you look at it, it looks like bone. Now, if you look at the Ram's bone battering ram, yeah, it's got like a lot of bone on it because it's like the villain vehicle. So, I mean, it would make sense that they had something like that. So I was like, I wonder why they actually added bone onto this one instead of some sort of like metal axe or sword or something like that. This one just has kind of a lot to it, but it seems like it's more just like, you know, versatile for like setting up for different kind of scenes. So I said you could get a bunch of them and have almost like a setup of your own kind of medieval battle, you know, with all the knights. Have a bunch of these kind of set up and, you know, your catapults. Now, this one is cool, but for me, I don't know. The best way I would describe it, and this is just me, is messy. Again, it's cool, but it just kind of reminds me of like the bigger, you know, Mystic Knight figures, the Rowan, the Ivar, and the Angus one. They had all those extra armor pieces. Like as a little kid, odds are the moment you open this and started playing with it, within, you know, as a kid, within the first week, you're probably going to lose most of this stuff just with all the little things it's got with it. So, I mean, unless you're, you know, collecting it or you're just displaying it, it just, you know, there's a lot to it that can be lost. So again, that's why I guess I would just consider it cool, but messy. But other than that, like I said, I like it. But that was my look at the HAILSTORM Catapult. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next time.
May Dada protect you.